Talk with Key. My name is Kier for those of you who are new. And if you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join my family. So today, as you can see by the title, we have a kind of a juicy topic. I actually have somebody sent me a question and I'm just going to answer how I feel about it, or just talk about how I feel about this question. So we're gonna get right on into it. So the question says, I've been in a relationship with my dude for 3 years and he cheated twice around the same time. I want to forgive him and work things out, but I keep hearing, once a cheater, always a cheater. What are your thoughts about that saying? So yeah, that's a well-known saying. So my thought, I say yes, or I say that yes, once a cheater, always a cheater, and then I also say no, I don't think that that's correct. So I'm gonna start with the yes. I say yes because it takes a lot for someone to change their behavior. So I feel like if that person is not serious about really trying to be loyal and faithful, they're going to end up falling back into that situation again, whether it's on purpose or just kind of happen. I feel like temptation is very serious. Temptation is strong. The flesh is weak, and it's just kind of like I've always said in all of these videos, we live in a era where it's so easy to entertain other people. It's so easy for males or females to be sneaky and flirt without anybody else knowing. It's so easy for that to happen. Also, I feel like people, how do I explain? Like, when you want to do something or you're tempted to do something, you try to create a excuse as to why it's okay, or why this one time is okay. Why, like, you try to create an excuse, so then that excuse turns into a lie, that turns into another lie, and then it's just like you have to keep lying to cover up whatever it is you got going on. And I feel like that's what most people do when they've been caught cheated. Most people, I'm not saying all, but most people, I feel like they say they're sorry and they want to do better, but they get tempted. So instead of, being truthful, they continue to lie. So then it looks like that they are being 100% faithful with you, and when really they're not. And like I said, it might be something that they really can't help. And if that's the case, then that person needs to realize that and realize, I need help. Like, this is something that I need to go fix, or I need help, or whatever the case may be. I feel like temptation now is just so hard to run away from, unless you really want to. So that's why I would say yes. Because if that person ain't serious, long-term serious, then they're gonna more than likely fall back into that same pattern. That's just how I feel. I mean, these are both kind of similar, but I would say always a cheater, once a cheater, always a cheater. I would say no, but that no, like I said, is for that person that is truly serious, and that makes it an actual effort to stay clear, to ignore, to do what they need to do to be faithful. Whatever that is, they have to know themselves well enough, and they have to know what tempts them and how to avoid being tempted. And truthfully, things like that, habits like that, I feel like God is the only one that can really give us the strength forever to be able to withstand the temptation. Because everybody gets tempted by something. It's something that everybody is tempted by, and if you just think about it, I'm gonna give an example of me. I recently just did a diet called the Whole 30. I am a food person. I love anything that's not healthy, right? So as I'm doing the Whole 30, I made sure to keep my cabinets clear from any type of tempting food, any type of tempting drinks, anything that, you know, I would be tempted to go in there and be like, well, one little bite won't hurt, because I know once I take that one bite, it's gonna be 2 and 3 and 4, and then before I know it, the whole cabinet is gonna be gone. So, you know, taking little steps like that. So that's just an example. Like, whatever your example is of whatever you are tempted by, just put yourself in that position and think about it. Like, people in your situation, in a lot of female situations, men in general get tempted by females. Females can easily tempt a guy, like easily. So that male or that person has to be focused and determined to resist the temptation, because that's the only way that it's going to work. Once a cheater, always a cheater. It depends on the person. It depends on the person, and it depends on the person's character, and it depends on if they are really serious about changing that flaw or that issue that they have. Because that's the only way that you can overcome any type of temptation, to be honest. Like I said, that and going to God. You know that adultery is a sin. So if you fear God, then you're not going to go out and cheat, because you know that that's a sin. And you know, yeah, you can repent and your sins will be forgiven. But, I mean, how many times do you think that's going to work? Like, you just say, oh, I'm going to go cheat, but after I'll repent and, you know, I'll be forgiven. So people really don't care about it, to be honest. But God sees you. That's all I can say. He sees you, and at the end of your life, you the one that's going to have to explain yourself. I'm not. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. You know? But yeah, I just feel like it depends on the person. It depends on their character. It depends on how determined they are. I feel like in this society, and men especially, when they talk to you, they make it seem like cheating is impossible for them to do. They make you feel like it's just in me, or it's just male characteristic, or it's just a male. No, we're all human. And it's possible for you to be faithful. I didn't say it was going to be easy. You might have to work harder than a female has to work, or you might have to work harder than the next person got to work. But it's possible. You just got to be willing and actually wanting to be that way. Instead of just keep saying the same thing. Oh, it's just the men. That's how men are, and that's what men do. And men, it don't matter. Like that. At the end of the day, that really just does not matter. I hate that cheating has to be such a big issue nowadays. I mean, like, I feel like I don't understand why we have to deal with cheating. If you get in a relationship, be with that person. Like, if you're unhappy, talk it out with that person, try to fix it. If it's not working, leave them. Like, I don't understand what's the point of. And if things are great, continue loving that person and continue having sex with that person, instead of going and loving this person and telling them everything's great, but still over here trying to have sex with somebody else. Like, no, it's like, I don't know. I don't understand why we have to deal with that. Why? For what reason? If you in a relationship, you in a relationship. If you married, you married. Simple, point blank, period. It is what it is. Ain't no dibbling dabbling over here and over there. Like, just loyalty. Why can't we just have loyalty? I don't understand. Really willing, they can change their ways. That's only if they're really willing. But men think that they are smarter than us and sneakier than us, so they say that they're going to change, but really they're just going to lie to you and hide it better, or things like that. So it's a sticky situation. But I mean, I know you didn't ask for this, but if you want to forgive and work it out with the person, I think you should do that. I actually have a video about this. I'll link it in the description box about overcoming infidelity. But in that video, like I said, you're gonna have to forgive regardless. Even if you don't stay with that person, you're gonna have to forgive for you. And then if you want to be with that person, then just y'all both are gonna have to take steps in making the relationship work and building that trust back. And it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be overnight. But you just have to. You guys both have to just put in that work and make it happen. So I hope that this was helpful for you, and I hope that your relationship works for the best. Because I'm the type that I love and I love relationships, and I just want people to be happy and be treated the way that they're supposed to be treated, the same as I feel about myself. So I really hope that you guys can work it out and we can follow up with each other and talk and everything if you want. Up to you. But yeah, if anybody else has any other questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments box below, or you can DM me if you don't want it, public. You can DM me on my Instagram. I'll leave that down below and I'll put it on the screen. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.